Hello everyone, welcome to Kansas Future. He's getting close. He's chomping at the bit to get back out there, but he's got to visit with the doctor and make sure he gets clearance. I'd probably say he's getting close, but I can't give you a date. I don't know a date, but he says he feels great. Andy, what's the plan for Steve Nelson? Yeah, let him get himself in shape, move around a little bit. You won't see him this week. That's not what we're going to do. It'll be like the other guys who came in. We'll give them a chance to get their feet under them for sure. He hasn't done anything up to this point, so let him get moving around. Pat's been sacked more this year than he has in his career and has faced more pressure. How have you seen him adapt his game to that? He made some unbelievable throws the other day. He never complains about anything. He just comes back, goes on to the next one and fires. He's doing what he always does. He hasn't had to really adapt much other than making the throw. He's been really good at getting rid of the ball quickly and completing passes. Could he have done that earlier in his career, you think? Yeah, I think he could have. We didn't ask him to do a whole lot of that, but yeah, I think he could have. When you go back and look at the film and grade things out, do you say, this was a coverage issue, this was a line breakdown, or maybe Pat held the ball too long? How does that mix play out? Has it been different this year compared to others? We look at everything, for sure. He's faced a little more pressure this year. He'd be the first to tell you that the responsibility is spread all over the place. Everybody has a piece of it, myself included in calling the play. I've got to make sure I adapt to the personnel and what they do best. Everyone else has to do their job too. It's spread around, no doubt. What type of challenge does Myles Garrett present? And how much does that weigh into a tackle decision when figuring things out? Well, he's a really good player, probably a future Hall of Famer. He's a dominant player and we recognize and respect that, but he's gonna show up and we're gonna show up. We've got to play well against him and we have the capability of doing that. That's how I feel, but we definitely respect him. When you said Patrick never complains, could you elaborate on that? Yeah, he gets up and goes. You always see him saying, give me the next one. That's his mindset, just give me another one and I'll make it work. He doesn't get crazy with that stuff, he's pretty good about it. Andy, this has been a theme this year, bringing in guys like Steve Nelson who didn't have training camp or preseason. What have you found to be the right balance of getting them up to speed quickly without putting them at greater risk? Yeah, it's a tightrope for sure. You have to listen to everybody, especially the player, and see where they're at. You get to know them during that period and make a judgment call. It's a sport where even the healthiest guys, those who've been with us from the start, have a chance of getting hurt. That's just part of it. To answer your question, we evaluate the situation with input from various sources, but especially from the player. Andy, when you watch the Browns' defense on film, what stands out about Jim Schwartz's style? Aggressive. He's got a really good blitz package. It's extensive. They mix it up with zone coverage, playing single safety, middle zone, and shell. He's got it all and he uses it all. You've got to be sharp when you play against them. Iko Boyo has found a new home with the New York Giants. Next, we'll tackle the upcoming Week 15 matchup against the Cleveland Browns, a game packed with intrigue and high stakes for our team. Before we dig deeper, I've got a quick favor to ask. If you love keeping up with Chiefs news and want to be part of a growing community of fans, hit that subscribe button and turn on notifications. Seriously, your support means everything to us. Let's grow this channel together and hit our goal of 2,000 subscribers. We're counting on you. And hey, let's make this fun. Drop a comment below and tell me, do you think Eko Boyo could have made a difference for the Chiefs this season? I'll be checking your answers, so don't hold back. Revisiting Iko Boyo's journey, Iko Boyo. He's a name you might not have heard in a while, but he's definitely someone worth revisiting. His story is pretty special, especially if you're a fan of Kansas football. Born and raised in Kansas, Boyo was all about representing his home state. He played college ball at Kansas State from 2018 to 2022, racking up 42 games as a Wildcat. His stats were solid: 74 tackles, 14 pass deflections, 3 tackles for loss, 1 forced fumble and 1 recovery. Sure, he wasn't a turnover machine, but his skills showed enough promise to catch the Chiefs' eye. Fast forward to 2020 and Boyo signed with the Chiefs as an undrafted free A. He spent the first 12 weeks of the season on the practice squad, learning the ropes and soaking in everything about the NFL. By week 13, he got the call up to the active roster. Imagine the excitement of being on the sidelines with the reigning Super Bowl champs. But here's the twist. He never actually played a snap that season. Still, Boyo walked away with a Super Bowl ring after the Chiefs' big win against the 49ers, a rare accomplishment for a rookie. By August 2024, things took a turn. The Chiefs waived Boyo during preseason cuts. Considering the team's struggles in the secondary after Jalen Watson's injury, it's surprising he didn't get another shot. It's one of those what could have been situations. A fresh start with the Giants. Recently, the New York Giants decided to bring Boyo on board. Honestly, it's a fascinating move. While Boyo didn't see any game time with the Chiefs, he spent weeks learning Kansas City's playbook and practicing alongside some of the league's best. That experience alone makes him a valuable asset for a team like the Giants, who are looking to shake things up in their secondary. For the Giants, this is a low-risk, high-reward scenario. If it pays off, they've got a young, athletic cornerback with untapped potential. If not, it's not a huge loss. But for Boyo, this is his shot at redemption, a chance to prove he belongs in the NFL. Imagine being in his shoes, overlooked, waived, and now given an opportunity to show everyone, including the Chiefs, what they missed out on. Talk about motivation. Here's a fun thought. What if Boyo has a breakout season with the Giants? How would you feel as a Chiefs fan watching that happen? Let's start a poll in the comments. Was letting Boyo go a smart move or a big mistake? Vote below. Week 15. Showdown, Chiefs versus Browns. Let's talk game day, Chiefs Kingdom. Week 15 is just around the corner, and our Kansas City Chiefs are heading to Cleveland to take on the Browns. This matchup is shaping up to be more than just another game. It's a test of the Chiefs' consistency as they push toward the playoffs. The odds are in our favor, with Kansas City as a 6.5-point favorite. But if there's one thing we know about the NFL, it's that anything can happen on any given Sunday. The Browns are no pushovers. With Jameis Winston at quarterback, they'll look to exploit our shaky secondary since Jalen Watson's injury. Winston is unpredictable. He might throw a pick-six one moment and hit a 50-yard bomb the next. What do you think? Will our defense step up and hold the line, or will this game be a nail-biter? On the other side of the ball, you've got Patrick Mahomes. This guy just finds ways to win, whether it's a scramble, a no-look pass, or threading the needle in triple coverage. Against the Browns, Mahomes will likely be the key to another Chiefs victory. The big question is, can the offensive line keep him protected long enough to work his magic? Let's make this interactive. Predict the final score in the comments. I'll kick things off. My guess is 28-20 Chiefs. What's yours? And while you're at it, tell me your biggest worry for this matchup. Is it the secondary, the run defense, or something else entirely? I'll feature some of your thoughts in the next video. Keys to victory. Every game has its turning points, and this one is no different. Here's what to watch for. The secondary. With Jalen Watson out, there's been a noticeable gap in coverage. Jameis Winston isn't shy about airing it out, and Cleveland's receiving core could exploit that. The Chiefs need to tighten up their defense to avoid giving up big plays. Offensive line play, Kansas City's offense remains the backbone of this team. If Mahomes can stay mobile and connect with Travis Kelce in the wideouts, the Chiefs should put up points. Turnovers. Winston's aggressive style means he's prone to mistakes. The Chiefs' defense could capitalize, but the question is, will they? Here's a quick poll for you. What's more likely? Winston throwing a pick-six or the Chiefs' defense giving up a deep touchdown? Vote below. Final thoughts. So there you have it, Chiefs Kingdom. Two big stories to watch. Iko Boyo's journey to the Giants and the Week 15 clash against the Browns. Before you go, let's keep the conversation alive. Who's your player to watch in this matchup? Will Mahomes have another MVP caliber performance, or will Cleveland's defense make things difficult? Drop your thoughts in the comments below. Come on, Chiefs, we have some critical updates that every Chiefs fan needs to hear. Things are heating up behind the scenes for the Kansas City Chiefs, and there's been some buzz that Andy Reid might be putting Patrick Mahomes on the line. Could it be? Before we go any further, be sure to hit that like button if you truly believe the Chiefs roster has what it takes to win another Super Bowl this season. In my opinion, we have what it takes to win the Super Bowl, but the coaching staff needs to fix some silly mistakes that could take us out of the race. If possible, I'd love for you to write in the comments something like, "Come on Chiefs, let's win the Super Bowl." The Chiefs' offense is up for debate. The Kansas City Chiefs may boast a dominant 12-1 record, but their offensive struggles in the red zone are raising eyebrows. Despite Patrick Mahomes' brilliance at quarterback, the team has struggled to capitalize on scoring opportunities near the goal line. Ranked 25th in red zone touchdown percentage, the reigning Super Bowl champions are facing increased scrutiny as they try to maintain their winning ways. Some analysts, including former NFL quarterback Dan Orlovsky, believe that head coach Andy Reid's game plan may be relying too heavily on Mahomes. On ESPN's NFL Live, Orlovsky expressed concerns about Kansas City's red zone strategy, claiming the offense may be putting too much pressure on its star quarterback. "I think, offensively, this sounds crazy. They're putting the ball in Patrick Mahomes' hands too much in the red zone," Orlovsky said. "Right now, it's a red zone offense that's not very good. We talk about how they're not explosive and how they're kicking too many field goals. The Chiefs' tendency to run the ball on only 55% of their plays in the red zone has raised questions. Ranked 25th in the league in rushing percentage in those situations, their strategy has led to missed opportunities and a reliance on field goals." Orlovsky suggested balancing the offense by incorporating more running plays, aiming for an even 50-50 split. This, he argued, could ease pressure on Mahomes and make their red zone attack more effective. Despite their impressive track record, the Chiefs have relied on narrow wins in recent weeks, including back-to-back 19-point performances. While the team's defense and Mahomes' ability to win close games have helped them, it's clear that approach may not hold up under playoff pressure. Upcoming games against the Cleveland Browns, Houston Texans, Pittsburgh Steelers, and Denver Broncos represent significant tests for Kansas City, with each team presenting unique challenges. Failing to address red zone issues could jeopardize the Chiefs' quest for a historic three-peat. The competitive nature of the AFC West demands consistency, and inefficiency in critical moments could cost Kansas City dearly when it matters most. Updates for Week 15. Now, Chiefs fans, what do you think? Is Andy Reid putting too much pressure on Patrick Mahomes? As the Kansas City Chiefs gear up for their Week 15 matchup on the road against the Cleveland Browns, we've got some crucial updates on the team's roster. Left tackle DJ Humphries was the only player who didn't practice on Wednesday. Both kicker Harrison Butker, left knee, and right tackle Jawan Taylor, knee, were limited. But don't worry, we have more updates. Butker is still on the reserve injured list but has been designated to return, while Taylor, despite dealing with a knee issue, played in last week's game against the Chargers. On a positive note, cornerback Joshua Williams, who left Sunday's game early with a chest injury, was a full participant in practice. This is a good sign for his availability this weekend. Stay tuned for more breakdowns, highlights, and deep dives into what makes this team so special. As always, go Chiefs!